Welcome back. Every day, cattlemen and women care for their land and their animals because they're committed to leaving what they have in better shape for the next generation. We're highlighting the 2017 regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. Let's take a closer look at the winning operation from Region 5 right here in Colorado.
On the Flying Diamond Ranch in eastern Colorado, the Johnson family rides out, gathers cows and calves, and then works together to get the branding done. It's a family tradition that goes back more than a century.
Our family's been here for 110 years in eastern Colorado. My great-grandfather trailed cattle through here in the 1800s. He was a Kansas rancher, and bank had foreclosed on the original place out here. Asked my great-grandfather to come out and manage the ranch. He did that for a year or two and then assumed the loan, and we've been here for 110 years.
Charles Collins later served as the national president of the Cattlemen's Association. The ranch he started is led today by his great-grandson Scott Johnson and his wife Jean, with the active help and ownership of their 4 kids and their families.
The operation's expanded here recently as my siblings and myself have, kind of grown up. So the operation has expanded in the last, 5 years. And now we have, not only this place here in Cheyenne County, but multiple other leases and ranches around the state and region.
We're now on about 50,000 acres, 25,000 deeded.
The Johnson family runs about 1,000 composite breed cows on the shortgrass and sand sage prairie of eastern Colorado. Back in 1990, Scott Johnson adopted a holistic approach to managing the ranch.
It's cattle, ranch, and family. I see it all. And, we can't be real strong in one area and weak in another. We see it all as one whole, and we try to balance the whole deal.
You're always wondering, what can we do better? In any business, I think if you fall asleep and start thinking everything's wonderful, you could lose it. So we're all of us thinking, what can we do to improve?
One major improvement Scott made was moving to a high-density, low-frequency grazing system. The Johnsons added over 100 miles of fencing to divide their pastures. Now the grasslands are used more fully, and yet are rested more than 95% of the time.
We think this grazing is a real plus to us. It used to be we'd have cattle, could be in 3,000 acres. Now a bunch is in a tenth of that, 320 acres.
From herd impact and giving long recovery periods, I think you truly do increase the productivity of your ground. So not only are you utilizing more, but you're increasing productivity. So now we're getting more pounds off the acres. Now we're getting into something that has an economical benefit to us. And we're getting that economical benefit by doing ecological things that are improving the rangeland.
I think the biggest thing is just that rest you're giving it. So, a piece of ground's not getting grazed for 355 days or 360 days. And that allows it, to revitalize quicker and better, especially in those years of drought that we've had.
God put grasslands around here, and cattle, they're very happy on grasslands. That's where they're supposed to be. So, I stand firmly that cattle ranching is absolutely good for this environment.
With average precipitation of just 13 inches per year, the Johnsons have an overall goal of working with nature. They've adjusted their calving season to better fit their available forage and established key grazing areas to closely monitor grazing impact. They've also limited cattle access to riparian areas and created wide buffer zones to restore and protect the creeks that cross their lands. And they've installed more than 20 miles of pipeline to provide fresh water at the center of each grazing cell.
To put the grazing system in place, we had to put a lot of water in place and pipe a lot of water so that we could set up kind of the cells center wagon wheel system. I think that allows dispersal across the ranch of our grazing and for some wildlife.
Put it all together and it's clear. At the Flying Diamond Ranch, they understand how healthy cattle and healthy rangelands work together. And the Johnson family is always thinking ahead to the future generations that will one day live and work on this land.
You know, my family all along has understood that what we really have out here, what we've been entrusted with, is the natural resources. You know, it's pretty special, and if you work with it and you listen to it and you do what's in its best interest, it'll take care of you. It's taken care of us for 110 years.
If we want this to continue for multiple more generations, the greatest asset is the land. You know, you got to take care of the land, you got to be good to the land.
It really does come down to a mindset of this ranch is not for me. This ranch is for all of us and for the next generation. So it's a big responsibility.
It means everything to me. You know, as the mother, you know, I see such a value in our way of life, our culture, and it's something, you know, that each generation has built upon and given to the next, and that's so special.
You know, I'm a family guy, and to me, I am proudest of our 4 kids and their 4 spouses in the next generation, and I just think we're gonna do a good job out here, environmentally speaking, in the future. I think we're well prepared and well positioned to do things right.